Hi, it's Fang Sin. So I wanted to kind of go over a few things about Last Z right now. So the first thing I do want to go over is the groupings list. So as you can see here, this is the groupings of uh, the people who are within the brackets that is between servers 1 all the way to 64, who we are paired up against in Season 5, and the 4 servers that we would typically be in that season bracket with. So I'll give everybody like a few seconds to kind of look over everything in order to kind of see who everyone is grouped with before I continue. Um, so that way everybody can take a screenshot of the list. So the other thing I do want to go over is about the orange hero fragments that are coming out. I don't mean the yellow legendary ones. Sorry, not orange. Sorry, I should be more specific. Red. The mythic colored ones. So those red hero fragments, they are more like versatile fragments in the sense where they can be used on both awakened heroes, which have the red stars, and they would also be able to be used on heroes with the orange stars still. So they are kind of a waste when used on a hero with still orange stars because they would likely be more difficult to obtain. So it's recommended to use them only on red heroes. What they symbolize in terms of the red rankings are basically now they're actually going to be basically 5 star, 5 stars for orange, and then an additional 5 for red. The 5th red star actually symbolizes star level 10. So red star 1 is actually basically a 6 orange star, right? So my recommendation is that if you're trying to keep up, the awakening is probably going to help you quite a bit. A couple other details that I do want to mention is what's happening in the first event that is coming up in a while. This is going to be Treasure Hunter. Treasure Hunter is going to have the Infernal HQ. From what I've heard, the Infernal HQ is basically the awakened version of the Nightmare HQ. Now, the problem is that you're going to need a type of material to actually upgrade it, which is going to be obtainable in a coming event. Basically, it's if you want to end up dropping even more money on an HQ, sure, you can do that. Would I personally do it? No. Um, I'm not going to push anyone to spend their hard-earned money on a skin of a game because that's your money, right? But I also don't want to heavily encourage what I view as a type of irresponsible spending, right? So if you have the money, do as you want, right? But if you don't have that level of income and you just think it's flashy, just think about it first, about how much it's going to realistically cost you. See if you can actually financially afford it, because I know a lot of people who probably are in a lot of debt in this game um, from how much money they probably spend. So that's why I don't want to really encourage that super huge spending in a mobile game, right? Um, One other detail that I will go over, it's because a lot of people are actually critiquing a building that is in steel age and they say that it's basically not super useful, I actually want to provide my opinion on that. A lot of people think that steel age is pretty useless. Emergency center, I think it's okay because of the healing speed buff that it gives you. Because you can only obtain healing speed in a very small number of ways. Like at some point, when you actually end up getting all orange, like refugees in the hospital, right? Then you can only get so many of them to get you more healing speed. You could only get so much healing speed in all of the other researches. So at some point, it comes down to Steel Age and unlockable researches that you can unlock down the path, right? Because there's another one that also contains healing speed, that being Tactical Master. It's not going to show up on your list of researches unless you actually meet the prerequisites. So I know a lot of people actually also have, like, there was some people who commented to me and messaged me that they have an issue with me calling it a hidden research. In my opinion, I refer to it as a hidden research because the research will not pop up unless you actually like have the prerequisites to have it come up. So again, Tactical Master, you need 100% army building along with a lab level 31. Again, I mentioned this in the previous video, but I'll mention this again. You can start researching Tactical Master with lab 31, but to complete Tactical Master, you need lab 35. So again, limited number of ways that you could realistically actually get healing speed. So at some point, if you just want to be able to get the emergency center and to just up your healing speed, it's not that bad of a badge investment because I'm only at like about 20%, right? So if you just want to go down the route in Steel Age, get a bit more of the steel production going because you do need steel anyways when you go past sorry, not HQ, the any building past building level 30 all require steel. So steel is a requirement, a basic requirement on pretty much almost all buildings past level 30. So that would help benefit you anyways. Trying to think of the other thing that I was actually going to mention. Um, yes, now remember. The other detail that I was going to mention is basically there is a possibility that in almost every single server there's going to be spies. I'm aware that there's a lot of spies in S50 as well. Even the leadership here in S50 is aware. I don't want to name who, because if I name drop them, then I'll make it a little bit too well known that we're aware of what they are doing. I will mention that I do talk with Mahit about this. And for those who don't know who Mahit is, another R5 here in S50. So, here is Mahit, Arcax leader. They are also going to be doing a merger with Nyx in the near future. And so I kind of go over that with them about that. But yeah, anyways, this is Fang saying I hope that everybody enjoys the rest of your day.